Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today we continue with the chapter Hydrogen and its compounds. And in that today we will study about the reactions and uses of hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2. Now pure anhydrous hydrogen peroxide is a syrupy liquid, and in this we will first see the reactions, that is the chemical properties, in which first of all we study about the stability of hydrogen peroxide. Now it is an unstable compound and it easily decomposes if it is allowed to stand for some time or if it is heated. Now we call it auto oxidation and reduction. Auto oxidation reduction can be given with the equation where 2H2O2 gives rise to 2H2O plus O2. Now why we call it auto oxidation reduction is because you see the oxidation number of oxygen is changing into 0, otherwise -2, from the original oxidation state of -1 in the actual molecule, that is hydrogen peroxide H2O2. So it is getting reduced as well as oxidized. If we have some amount of manganese dioxide MnO2, otherwise carbon, in the reaction mixture, it will accelerate the decomposition. On the other hand, if there is a presence of an acid or an alcohol, it will increase the stability. So this is all about the stability of the compound. Next we go to acidic nature. The pure liquid is weakly acidic, but if you see the aqueous solution, that is neutral to litmus paper. If a compound is acidic, naturally it should react with some base. So H2O2 on reaction with NaOH gives Na2O2 and water is formed. And as like any other acidic compound, it should react with any carbonate. So hydrogen peroxide H2O2 also reacts with Na2CO3, and we see the evolution of carbon dioxide gas along with the formation of Na2O2 and water molecule. H2O2 also exhibits oxidizing nature. It's a powerful oxidizing agent and it is an electron acceptor. These reactions slow down in acidic solution, but the reactions are fast in alkaline solution. So wherever it exhibits electron accepting property, its oxidizing nature is exhibited. See, when in the acidic solution H2O2 accepts electron, H plus is there in the solution because it is acidic, so we get water molecule. Whereas if it is an alkaline solution, H2O2 accepts electron and we get 2 OH minus ions. So this is the basic reaction in acidic and alkaline solutions. Now we see some of the reactions where these properties are exhibited. For example, lead sulfide. Lead sulfide is converted to lead sulfate. So these are all oxidizing nature by H2O2. So here first of all H2O2 gives out oxygen and it itself gets converted to H2O. This oxygen adds up to PbS, lead sulfide, and we get PbSO4. So the overall reaction will be PbS plus 4H2O2 gives lead sulfate and water molecule will be produced. Next is nitrites. Like sodium nitrite is converted to nitrate. NaNO2 is adding up the oxygen which is given from H2O2 and we get sodium nitrate. So the overall reaction is NaNO2 and hydrogen peroxide gives sodium nitrate along with the formation of water. In the very similar way, sulfides are converted to sulfate. The basic reaction being H2O2 getting converted to H2O and O. This oxygen adds up to Na2SO3, so we get Na2SO4. So sulfite is converted to sulfate. Water molecule is produced. If we have acidified ferrous sulfate, it is converted to ferric sulfate. Ferrous is having +2 state, ferric is +3. So here also first H2O2 will give water molecule and oxygen. Ferrous sulfate in the presence of acid, because it is acidified, so H2SO4 will be present and it takes up this oxygen. We get ferric sulfate, Fe2SO4 3. Here iron is in 3+ oxidation state and water is produced. So overall reaction is FeSO4 plus H2SO4 and H2O2 gives ferric sulfate, Fe2SO4 3. Water will be produced. Next, formaldehyde, which is HCHO. CHO group means aldehyde group. Formaldehyde is converted after oxidation into formic acid, that is HCOOH. COOH group is organic acetic group. So here also H2O2 gives up oxygen. This oxygen is added to HCHO, that is formaldehyde, to form formic acid. So the overall reaction is formaldehyde plus H2O2 gives formic acid with the formation of water molecule. In alkaline medium, we can again see similar type of reaction where, like manganese sulfate, it is converted to manganese dioxide. So manganese sulfate and H2O2 in the presence of a base, because alkaline medium we stated. So let us say NaOH is there, we will get MnO2 plus Na2SO4 and H2O2 will be produced. So you see manganese sulfate is converted to manganese dioxide. If we see write the ionic form, in MnSO4 manganese is present in Mn2 plus state. So if we write only the ionic form of manganese, Mn2 plus and H2O2, Mn2 plus is getting converted to Mn4 plus. So 2 plus getting converted to 4 plus is oxidation, and OH minus, because we have to balance. You see with the equation, if you count the total number of charges also balanced. Left hand side 2 plus charge, right hand side 4 plus, and 2 anions are there. So overall 2 plus charge on both the sides, and moreover Mn2 plus is oxidized into Mn4 plus state. This is taking place in alkaline medium. Next comes bleaching action. Bleaching action means any colored material adds up oxygen which is given by H2O2 and it itself gets converted into a colorless material. So with the help of H2O2 we can bleach materials like silk, hair. Soft materials can be easily bleached. Next we have to see the reducing nature. For reducing any compound, it should have the capability to give out electrons, which we can see in this basic equation. H2O2 gets converted to 2H plus and 2 electrons as well as oxygen molecule. So it can reduce ozone to oxygen. H2O2 plus O3 becomes H2O plus 2O2. So ozone is reduced to oxygen. Ozone is converted to oxygen. Similarly, manganese dioxide can be converted to manganese salt. Manganese salt like manganese sulfate, MnSO4. MnO2 and H2SO4 in the presence of H2O2 forms MnSO4. Oxygen is given out as we have seen in the skeletal equation. Oxygen has to be given out. Water will be produced. Chlorine and bromine are converted to their hydracids. That is, chlorine will get converted to HCl and bromine will be converted to HBr. So it actually stepwise, if we see, chlorine in the presence of water molecule forms HCl and HClO. HClO continues to react with H2O2 and we get HCl. Water and oxygen is liberated. So the overall reaction is chlorine and hydrogen peroxide gives HCl and oxygen. Instead of chlorine, if you take bromine, we will have bromine and hydrogen peroxide forms HBr. So it is its hydracid and oxygen is liberated. Hypohalides are converted to their halides. Hypohalide like NaOCl in the presence of H2O2 gets converted to sodium chloride, which is a halide. Water and oxygen will be produced as we have seen earlier. So NaOCl, a hypohalite, is converted to the halide NaCl, sodium chloride. Some more examples of the type like KiO4 is converted to KiO3 in the presence of H2O2. Now another type of reaction is addition reaction. It can add up to some unsaturated compounds, like if we have CH2 double bond CH2, you say this is ethene, C2H4, double bond is there, in that H2O2 gets added up, we get ethylene glycol, CH2OH, single bond CH2OH. So this is addition reaction to a ethylenic linkage. Next we see some of the uses of the compound. It can bleach delicate objects like wool, silk. It is also a very good antiseptic and germicide for cleaning wounds. Then the brand name under which it is used is perhydrol. 3% hydrogen peroxide aqueous solution is a mild antiseptic agent, and it is also used as an oxidizing agent in pollution control. Because of its oxidizing property, it is used as an oxidizing agent in the laboratory. It can also remove traces of chlorine, then it acts as an antichlor. Highly concentrated solution is used to oxidize petrol, hydrazine is NH2NH2, for propelling rockets. Like hydrazine and H2O2 will give rise to nitrogen and water. So this is a very important use. It is also used to detect ions like titanium, vanadium and chromium. So these are the uses of hydrogen peroxide. I hope you all could understand the topics which we have discussed today. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you.